my very humble opinion, the most important part of your body system. Now let me explain. Well, excuse me.
Whoa there. Some big claims you're making there, Harry Potter. I'm Excretory, and I definitely know that I'm the MVP of the body system. Without me, the human body wouldn't even be able to take it.
How vile! More on the contrary, I must disagree and ask you to be courteous.
Courteous, it's on the crumpet.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we start, we will allow each system to introduce themselves.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I'm the body system that surrounds all your other organ systems, and it includes the skin, the hair, the nails, all the oil glands, and the sweat glands. Basically, I'm your amazing protector from external sources.
I am the body system that eliminates non-solid waste through the sweat, urine, and exhaustion to help maintain homeostasis in the body. Basically, I ensure you don't die of a build of trash in your body.
Some tough competition each of them have. Now it's time for Dr. Integumentary and Mr. Excretory to face off in the biggest trivia battle of the year. And now Mr. Excretory, a career plumber from Brooklyn with a mean stinking streak.
Woo!
Time for question 1. Let's start out easy. What is the largest organ in the body and which system does it belong to?
Hello, me.
What are you going on about, Doctor Who?
I am the skin, you inbred rat. I'm the largest organ on the human body.
So that's why so many people pick out their skin.
Oh, you absolutely...
Time for question 2. Which system helps maintain homeostasis?
Me!
Hey, not too fast. I also help the equilibrium of bodily processes.
But I do it better. I have lungs, kidneys, ureters, a bladder, and a urethra. I also remove toxic materials, excess water, salts, carbon dioxide, urea, minerals, and vitamins. You are a part of me. I am the skin.
I'm more than just skin, you know. I'm also the hair and the nails. So,
I think Excretory made some better points there. Sorry. Moving on. It contains sweat glands to contribute and to control the body's temperature, and through this helps maintain homeostasis.
What is me? Integumentary?
Correct. Very good, Dr. Integumentary.
Yeah. Keep talking, Mary Poppins. I'll get you next time.
This organ, the main job is to filter the blood coming from the digestive tract before passing it on to the rest of the body. It also detoxifies chemicals and metabolizes drugs. As it does so, this organ secretes bile that ends up in the back of the intestines.
What is the kidney?
Now, don't get confused. That's the liver, which is vital in digestion because it helps process nutrients, absorber from the small intestine. Bile from the liver helps digest fat. The liver helps detoxify the drugs taken into the system. The kidney is vital in filtering impurities in blood and excreting them on urine.
That's true. Okay, moving on. What is a sac-like organ that can store up to half a liter, which is over 2 cups, by the way, of urine at one time?
What is the urinary bladder?
Right, a tube that carries urine from each kidney and bladder.
This is a small tube in the release of the urinary bladder into the outside environment.
Correct. It is now time to get the most points by describing to your audience your best function.
What do you mean? Is my name presence not enough for you? Now you are making me explain myself?
Yeah, whatever. I'll go first with the skin.
The skin is the largest organ, and it contains 3 layers: the epidermis, dermis, and the fatty layer, containing the subcutaneous fat. The epidermis is the outermost layer of the skin, and it provides the area of protection for which the tissues that are in the deeper layers. It contains pores to which sweat, salts, and oils are excreted. This layer consists mostly of dead cells that continuously flake off or are replaced by the pressure of other dividing skin cells. These cells can last up to weeks or just 2 days. Cells of the epidermis contain some protective proteins called melanin and keratin. Keratin is what makes your skin feel hard and thick and is produced by keratinocyte cells. Thicker layers of keratin are built when the skin comes into contact with the environment more frequently to ensure that the tissues are protected. Only special cells called melanocytes produce melanin. Melanin is a dark pigment that absorbs harmful ultraviolet sunlight that would otherwise damage internal organs and is produced by melanocyte cells. No matter your color, all humans have about the same melanocytes. However, the amount of melanin that each cell contains determines how well your body absorbs sunlight. Largan cells are like white blood cells, and that they ingest unwanted invaders. They originate in the bone marrow and migrate up to the epidermis. The Merkel cells combine with the nerve endings to create a sensory receptor for touch. Cells in the epidermis are avascular, meaning they need to get oxygen and nutrients from the dermis. As cells move up to the surface of the skin, they essentially end up suffocating and die off. Next, we have the dermis, which contains glands and cells that maintain skin structure by producing elastin and collagen. Elastin is a protein that gives skin its flexibility, allowing it to stretch without tearing. Without elastin, you wouldn't be able to do a split. Collagen is a dense protein that gives skin its shape and strength. As a person ages, collagen molecules become weak and clump together. Clumping is one factor that results in wrinkling. The dermis also contains sweat glands, oil glands, and hair follicles. Hair follicles are elongated pits under the skin surface that contain cells that produce keratin that form hair. Hair follicles have pain receptors, which is why it hurts when you pull your hair. Sweat glands are called irisin glands and can be found all over the body. These irisin glands help control body temperature by helping evaporate water off the skin and moving excess heat from your body. Irisin glands also produce sweat that prevents damage that might occur when a person moves, such as the sweat that forms under your armpits that control the skin and prevent it from rubbing too hard against each other. I bet you never thought of yourself as waterproof. Well, you are. Sebaceous glands reduce oils that lubricate the skin and keep it waterproof. Next, we are on the hypodermis layer, the subcutaneous fat layer. This layer of fat cells protects and cushions larger blood vessels in and on neurons. It also insulates the muscles and internal organs from temperature changes in the body's surrounding environment, helping it maintain homeostasis. Dogs have less layers than humans, which is why their skin is less sensitive, and a reason why they have fur to help cover them. Skin on snakes are called scales. These scales are nearly waterproof and help to keep the water out. Rough belly scales allow the snakes to keep their grip on rough branches and to push off a surface as they need to.
Okay, you've been going on long enough. My turn.
Sir, you've just been educated. Act with some respect, but do go on.
My best function would have to be the kidney. I provide the human body with 2 of these kidneys. They are bean-shaped and about the size of your fist. Each kidney is made up of 3 sections: the renal cortex, the renal medulla, and the renal pelvis. The blood arrives at the kidney via the renal artery, which splits into many afferent arterioles. These arterioles go to the Bowman's capsules of nephrons, where the wastes are taken out of the blood by pressure filtration. Perpetular capillaries also surround the nephrons, so substances can be taken in and out of the blood. The renal cortex is the outer layer of the kidney, and the medulla is the inner layer of the kidney. The renal pelvis takes the urine away from the kidney via the ureter. Both of the ureters lead the urine into the body's only urinary bladder, which expands and sends the nerve impulses when full. From there, urine is expelled through the urethra and out of the body. Essentially, my parts of the body system come together to be able to form parts of the urinary system. I'm basically a 2-in-1. To urinate, the brain signals the muscular bladder wall to tighten, squeezing urine out of the bladder. At the same time, the brain signals the sphincters to relax. As the sphincters relax, urine exits through the bladder through the urethra. Why don't we talk about one of your greatest failures? In the United States, the leading causes of kidney failure are diabetes and high blood pressure. Careful control of the blood pressure and sugar intake can help prevent these types of complications. Kidney stones, which result in a lack of water in the system. Kidney stones are hard deposits of minerals and acid salts that stick together in concentrated urine. They can be painful when passing through the urinary tract, but usually don't cause permanent damage. These stones in high concentration or continued development can also lead to kidney failure. If your kidney function drops below 15% of normal, you are said to have kidney failure. You may have symptoms from the buildup of waste products and extra water in your body. These can cause swelling in legs, headaches, sickness, pain, small amounts of urine, and weakness. Other diseases can result from kidney diseases, including high blood pressure, heart disease, anemia, and malnutrition.
Well, it's not just you, Excretory. I've got some issues too. As you know, the skin is the body's largest organ. However, one leading cause of death in human is skin disease. The more sunlight you are exposed to, the more melanin is produced by the skin. Skin diseases,
Eczema, also known as atopic dermatitis, this is a long-term skin disease. The most common symptoms are dry and itchy skin, rashes on the face, inside the elbows, behind the knees, and on the hands and feet. Currently, there is no single test to diagnose eczema, so doctors rely on information about you and your family. Another issue that I have is alopecia areata, which occurs when the immune system attacks hair follicles. This may be brought on by severe stress, and the symptom is hair loss. So watch out, Franklin students, before you lose your hair.
There are many comparisons that can be made to these systems or organisms. One such would be the proton phylidrium system for the excretory system. This can be found in freshwater flatworms, also called planaria. These are formed through a tubule and a flame cell. The cilia beats, creating negative pressure, and therefore the fluid enters the tubule. Fluid leaving the tubule is modified to conserve ions and to excrete water. This is similar to the 2-in-1 sort of situation that the excretory and urinary system have.
Integumentary system. Bodies of snakes are covered with scales, and these scales are nearly waterproof, just like our skin. They help keep water out. In rough belly scales, they allow snakes to keep their grip on rough branches to push off of surfaces when they need to move.
Another adaptation is that, similarly to humans, birds save water during the process of kidney filtration. However, birds' kidneys convert nitrogenous waste into uric acid rather than urea, which humans do. This white uric acid mixes with the feces before being excreted, giving bird scat, which is its waste, its characteristic color. Because they eliminate using uric acid instead of urea, birds require 40 times less water than mammals require. This is necessary because birds must be very lightweight to be able to fly. And since waste adds lots of unnecessary weight, birds eliminate it frequently in order to be able to fly. And there we have it, folks. And to
Humans
end things
are
off,
better
a flash
at
round.
adapting
Name 2 fun facts about
to
yourself.
heat better than dogs. Dogs only have sweat glands, and they essentially steam, making it dangerous for them to overheat. We do not steam because we allow water to evaporate off of our skin. This is why dogs have fur, to better protect them from ultraviolet rays.
It covers from 1 to 2 square meters and makes up about 15% of your body mass.
Each person has 2 to 5 million glands. Oh, that's more than 10 grams for every square millimeter of skin. Integumentary, you're not so bad.
That was the end.
You're not so
That
bad.
was the end.
That's the end, I guess.